Hi, it's Cherie Callahan. I'm back with the Skin Games, and this is week number 5 with Aileen in the category of holistic. And what we did last week, remember, holistic is mind, spirit, body, and you know, it can be for a lot of reasons. Either somebody doesn't like chemical peels, or they don't want the downtime, or they have allergies, or it just can be a multitude of things. It doesn't mean you can't be strategic about it. It just means that you aren't going to drop a 6-layer TCA peel all over everything. Now last week, if you remember what I talked about, she had some pore size through here, so I did use a little bit of DMK alkaline wash to kind of see if I could break this thickening up down on the nose. And she is, I'm going to have you, Aileen, turn your nose. And she is a little pink on the top layer of the nose a little bit still, because it's just a week later. But her pore size, she had a couple of big pores up here, and they are starting to, that thickening is starting to thin out a little bit, so it's not as noticeable to the naked eye. Remember, pore size is genetic. Whatever your mom and dad gave you, they gave you. So it's really not about changing anything from what you were born with. It's more about the appearance of it. Okay, so what we've done is we've made this skin much finer. Same thing on the surface of the skin on here, where her pore size is bigger here and a little bit here. But we did it really relatively easily, so she didn't have a lot of stress. It fit her category perfectly. Today what I'm going to do is I am going to put a little Prozyme. We're going to still work on brightening the skin and continuing on pore size. So we'll do some Prozyme followed by an enzyme 1. I was going to do a little bit of Prozyme and then a little bit of Pro Alpha 1 with a tiny bit of Pro Alpha 2 in there. But she had some flakiness on here and a little bit on this last time because she's in the category she's in. Again, I'm working differently, okay? So it's not all about trying to give her a bunch of burn time. I just wanted to, I've laid down the enzyme 1, so we're moving forward. I just wanted to point out that if you remember from video 1, she had quite a bit of pigmentation and what have you on the side of the face, some cholesterol deposits, that kind of thing. And so what you can do, even though you're trying to keep it really gentle, again, it's all about how much are you doing, taking your client in mind. What are their preferences, what will they allow you to do, and how much they can do for this holistic category. So working with her, if you take some also some alkaline wash and you go over those areas before you put the enzyme 1 down, and you go pretty strong with it. So stronger means you mix it thinner. So you have to just be careful when you're doing it because it will run. So if you're concerned about it running into the hairline, then you want to make sure that you occlude this in some way so that it's not running. Keep it nice and thin. The thicker it gets, more for hair removal. If you want to work on pigmentation and your what have you, cholesterol deposits, that kind of thing, you want to have it much thinner, leave it on a little bit longer. You're not as worried about it because you're really trying to have that little bit of that adverse effect. That's a bad word probably, but you're really trying to just get these off, right? So you're not doing it to the whole face. It's not about a whole area. It's just really trying to move that along. For her, it's all about educating the client not to pick. When she gets home, these are going to crust up a little bit, not to pick those, or she's going to end up with more pigmentation. But to just let them come off on their own. By next week, I'm expecting those to be a little pink underneath, and by the time we get to treatment 8, she's going to be gorgeous.